Welcome to the video, guys. NeedlessSpace here. Today we're going to be talking about Destiny 2, and I'm going to show you an insane Warlock build that has you feeling like a true space wizard. Welcome to the channel where we do fast, efficient guides that get straight to the point. So this is the build that I've been using in PVE activities lately, and I've been having so much fun with it. Basically, it focuses on taking out massive amounts of enemies, repeatedly using an amped up melee ability, and getting your super insanely fast. Alright, so first off, let's take a look at which subclass we're going to be using. So any of the Stormcaller subclasses would work for this build, but I love the attunement of control. It goes perfectly with what we're going to be doing for a few reasons here. So the ball lightning melee actually has quite a bit of distance, and when I'm playing Warlock, I don't usually like to get up close and personal with enemies. It still gives you somewhat of a distance even with a melee build. Also, the Chaos Reach super works well with this build because overall we're going to be focusing on adds, taking out huge amounts of smaller enemies, so it kind of balances it out. When we need to attack champions or bosses, the super will definitely come in hand. And since we are going to be taking out high amounts of enemies, the Ionic Trace will help us tremendously. So every kill has a chance to drop an Ionic Trace, and since we're going to be killing so many adds, that's just more chances to get Ionic Traces and more super energy that we're going to be receiving. Alright, now let's take a look at what we're using for exotics. So for the weapon slot, equipped we have Monte Carlo Exotic Auto Rifle, and for the armor slot, Claws of Ahamkara Exotic Gauntlets. Now, these two exotics synergize together very well. Claws of Ahamkara gives you an additional melee charge, and those melee kills are going to buff Monte Carlo's damage and return ammo to it. And in return, a few kills with Monte Carlo will easily return both melee charges. Not only that, but the melee we'll be using will be amped up thanks to a certain seasonal mod we have equipped. And actually, the mods I'm going to show you are what really brings this build together. So the first mod is Thunder Coil. This is the one that's going to boost damage done to our melee. And as an additional perk, finishers are going to give us bonus super energy. And I'm not one to really use finishers a whole lot. The main reason for this mod is to amp up our melee, since we'll basically be getting 2 melee charges on repeat, allowing us to put out quite a bit of damage. The next mod is Burning Cells. This one allows us to pop Warmind cells to do a burst of solar damage over a few seconds to nearby enemies. This one can easily take out large clusters of minor adds, and in doing this, I'm constantly getting 1 or 2 Ionic Traces per explosion, which is the main reason we get our super back so fast. But in order to use this, we need Warmind cells, and that's where the next mod comes in. It's Tyrant Surge. This one spawns a Warmind cell every time we do damage with arc melee, grenades, or super. Now that's damage, not kills, so this will allow us to constantly drop Warmind cells, pop those cells, and do a ton of damage over many targets. Now, the Warmind cells aren't going to take out champions or bosses on their own, so we sort of have to balance this out, and that's why we're going to use the Warmind Protection mod. This makes you take less damage from any enemies near Warmind cells. So whenever I have to take down a champion or a boss or any higher level enemy, I just leave the Warmind cell alone and allow it to debuff the enemy while I pull out a heavy or activate my super, or just dish out as much damage as I can. Now, there might be a problem with keeping enemies near cells, so that's where Global Reach comes in hand. This is the cherry on top. Global Reach extends the area of effect for Warmind cells, so our burning cells will be able to take out larger groups of adds. And our Warmind's Protection mod will debuff enemies even when they aren't right next to the cell. I mean, this really extends the reach. Alright guys, I hope this video helped you out, and I hope you have a blast with this build. I've been using it for pretty much any PvE activity. If you guys liked the video, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. And as always, good luck and have fun.